Something is coming. Something that does not belong here, a traveler from the abyss between stars, carrying secrets older than our sun. It moves through our solar system like a ghost through a familiar room, leaving behind questions we are not sure we are ready to answer. Watch closely, because this might be the most important visitor we have ever received. Imagine absolute darkness, not the kind that fills a room when you turn off the light, but true cosmic emptiness, where distances are measured in thousands of light years. It is from that abyss that a new visitor has come to us. Its name is 3I/Atlas, and since its discovery in 2025, it has given no astronomer on Earth a moment of peace. But to understand why this discovery shook the scientific community, we need to remember two predecessors. The first was Oumuamua, detected in October of 2017. It had no tail, a shape resembling a cigar, and an inexplicable acceleration. We noticed it only as it was already leaving our system, like a thief seen only from behind. The second was Comet Borisov, discovered in 2019 by Crimean astronomer Gennady Borisov. It looked more familiar, but its interstellar origin was beyond doubt. Borisov showed us that visitors from beyond our solar system are not exceptions. They are the rule. And now, the third. 3I/Atlas. The letter I stands for interstellar. It was detected by the Atlas system, a network of telescopes built to give early warning of dangerous asteroids. The system was designed as a shield and became a window into mystery. When the object's trajectory was first calculated, silence fell across observatory halls. A hyperbolic orbit. This mathematical term means one thing: the object is moving too fast to be gravitationally bound to the sun. It came from outside and will return to that outside forever. The speed of 3I/Atlas was approximately 62 kilometers per second. To put that in perspective, at that speed, you could cross Russia from Moscow to Vladivostok twice in a single second. That speed alone convinced scientists this object is not from here. But speed was not the greatest shock. The greatest shock was the chemical composition. When a comet approaches the sun, its ice evaporates and forms a glowing gas envelope. Spectral analysis of that gas lets scientists read the comet's composition the way a chemist reads a label. And when they read 3I/Atlas, they went quiet. The isotope ratios in its composition matched no comet ever observed in our solar system. Isotopes are variations of the same chemical elements that differ in nuclear mass. Their ratios form a unique fingerprint of the stellar system where an object was born. And this fingerprint did not belong to our sun. There is more. The spectrum revealed complex organic compounds atypical for comets in our system, unusual proportions of carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, and traces of substances whose formation requires conditions that most stars simply do not have. All of this points to one conclusion. 3I/Atlas formed in the protoplanetary disk of a star very different from our sun, possibly hotter, possibly from another galaxy entirely. And that is not a metaphor. Some scientists are seriously considering the possibility that this object was flung toward us from a neighboring galaxy, such as the Large Magellanic Cloud, located approximately 160,000 light-years away. But the universe is old. It had time. If 3I/Atlas traveled toward us for billions of years, then while it crossed that void, the dinosaurs went extinct, the Himalayas rose, and humanity appeared. And it simply flew on, in silence, toward us. And here is where the story becomes most unsettling. In scientific circles, with growing caution, a question is being discussed that would have sounded like science fiction not long ago. Could 3I/Atlas be an artificial object? Do not rush to laugh. This question was raised publicly by Harvard University professor Avi Loeb, one of the most prominent astrophysicists in the world. The object shows a weak but consistent non-gravitational acceleration. In theory, this could be caused by outgassing pressure. But the estimated mass of the nucleus and the intensity of its evaporation do not fully align. The object is accelerating slightly more than it should. The difference is small, but it is there. One explanation: the surface of the comet may carry an ultra-thin crystalline film with a high reflective coefficient, something like a natural light sail. This could be the result of billions of years in interstellar cold, or it may not be natural at all. If an advanced civilization wanted to send a message across interstellar space, what method would it choose? A radio signal fades and distorts. A probe requires enormous energy to accelerate. But a small object disguised as a comet is a different story entirely. No one would specifically look for it. It would pass through a foreign star system and fly onward. A carrier pigeon, wrapped in ice and dust. Does this sound like fiction? Yes. But it does not contradict a single known law of nature. NASA is now working to reconstruct the trajectory. Preliminary calculations have given a direction. 3I/Atlas arrived from the constellation Draco. This is only the apparent direction from our vantage point. Its true origin is hidden behind billions of years of travel. The James Webb Space Telescope is gathering spectral data of unprecedented quality. Every night of observation is a new page in a case that may prove to be the most important in the history of astronomy. Because interstellar objects are natural time capsules, they carry information about the chemistry of other stellar systems, about how planets form, about the possibility of life. If complex amino acids, the building blocks of proteins, are found in the composition of 3I/Atlas, it will prove that organic material travels between stars, that life may not arise separately in each world but is carried, seeded across the galaxy, like dandelion spores on the wind. This concept is called panspermia, and 3I/Atlas may be the first object to confirm or disprove it with precision. The object will leave the inner solar system within a few months. Then it will move past the orbit of Neptune, then past the boundary of the heliosphere, and it will vanish into the void forever. None of our current technology would allow us to send a probe in pursuit. That is why every night of observation right now is worth its weight in gold. It is like a stranger knocking at your door, leaving a note you cannot read, and walking away faster and faster while you try to decode it on the spot, not knowing the language or the alphabet. But we will decode it, because that is the nature of humanity, to reach toward the unknown. Do you know what strikes me most in this story? Not the anomalous composition, not the mysterious acceleration, but the sheer scale of this object's loneliness. A small body flies through darkness for billions of years, nothing around it, absolute cold, endless emptiness. And then, far ahead, a star begins to glow. And on a small blue planet, tiny creatures lift their eyes and notice it. We noticed. We are watching. We are asking questions. That is our strength. We are the only creatures on this planet capable of looking up at the sky and asking, where did this come from? What does it carry? We do not merely gaze at stars. We try to enter into conversation with them. And 3I/Atlas may be one of those rare moments when the universe answers in kind, when it sends us a piece of itself, born somewhere else in another time, yet made of the same atoms that make up you and me. Carbon is carbon everywhere. Hydrogen is hydrogen everywhere. We are all made of the same material, just in different workshops. The story of 3I/Atlas is not finished. Data is still arriving. Isotope analysis will take months. The question of anomalous acceleration remains open. The hypothesis of artificial origin is neither confirmed nor disproven, and that means our story together is not finished either. If you want to follow every new discovery, subscribe to the channel. Leave a like if this video made you stop and think. Write in the comments what you believe about 3I/Atlas, a natural object or something more. You can support the channel on Patreon, link in the description. Our Telegram channel is there as well, where we talk about space every day. The universe is vast, the journey is long, but as long as we walk it together, no darkness can stop us. Stay with us, and until we meet again.